to our channel. Today we're going to be spending some time in our connected home portion of our channel, and we're going to be doing a install and unboxing of a TP-Link smart Wi-Fi light switch, which is one of two options that we employ in our house to convert all of our light fixtures and some fans as well to Wi-Fi controlled, therefore controlled through an app, or also through Amazon Alexa. And so we're going to be doing an unboxing, a install, and then at some point down the road, but not part of this video, we'll be doing a review as well. So, you know, stick around, watch the video, hope you enjoy it. If you do, hit like, and we'd also love it if you subscribe to our channel. Again, this is JSB6803 Productions doing a review of the TP-Link smart Wi-Fi light switch. Without further delay, let's get to it. So we're going to start the unboxing of the TP-Link smart Wi-Fi light switch. I've already taken the plastic cover off, and now it's just a matter of popping the box open. Alright, simple safety sheet, quick installation instructions right there. Looks like a little customer satisfaction instruction there. Little foam protector for packaging, this is kind of nice. Alright, pop the switch portion out. So we're going to put this aside for a second and just look what else was in the box. So we've got general public license, blah blah blah. Technical support information, and where you are in the world, important safety warnings and disclaimers, and then nothing else. Alright, so let's get to the meat of it. We've got a plastic protection on the actual switch. Once you pop the switch out, that's what you have, is you've got basically a box where all the electronics are. You've got 4 wires, neutral, and then you've got the live and load. So you've got your electricity, and then your light source, and then you've got a ground. On these particular switches, it does not matter which one you wire to the live or the load. So it's kind of nice, kind of handles it for you. Alright, there's also a cover already on it. You can see the basic switches down in here, which you can pop off. It's not terribly easy, you almost feel like you're breaking it to do it. There you go, pop that off. Has some little kind of foam spacers behind it. But I'm putting this specific switch in a double gang, so I've already got a light switch plate. Of course, the screws are with it. I will say, as I've already been installing one, you know, you'd think these are trapped, and they, for the most part, feel like they are, but I've already had a screw fall out, so just be aware of that. And 4 connectors come with it as well. 4 wire nuts, I should say. These are typically just for 2 wires. So you may need to, depending on what's in your box right now, you may need something bigger. I always have a yellow and a red on hand just in case, because you never know exactly what's in there until you dig in. But that's the basic unboxing of the TP-Link. We're going to get into an install here shortly. Alright, so we're going to install a couple TP-Link Wi-Fi switches. These are just standard on-off switches that are connected to Wi-Fi. They're compatible with Amazon Alexa or Amazon Echo, whichever you prefer to call it. We're just going to start here by popping the faceplate off. Right now we're in a bathroom, so it's got a tile floor, so you're probably getting some echo on the audio. Sorry about that, but it is what it is at this point. So just pop the 4 screws out on the faceplate. It's definitely a little stuck. I'll be a little careful when you do that so you don't peel the paint away. so you just got to be a little careful. Alright, we're going to use a Phillips and pop the wall switches out. TP-Links don't, unlike say the Wemo switches, which I have another video for, they're not picky about which of the two black wires out of the back of the switch. Let me just show you that real quick. Out of the back of the switch you've got green, ground, white, neutral, and two blacks. The two blacks go to power and the light source. I'm sorry, the light fixture. And it doesn't matter on the TP-Links which of the blacks goes to which. Wemos are it is important to get the right one. So there is a little difference there between the two. Right now I have a mix in my house, probably, I don't know, 15 or so Wemos, and then I've probably got about, I think I'm up to 5 of the TP-Links now. Price-wise, I used to be able to get the Wemos like last year, right around 34 bucks, 35 bucks. Then they kind of shot up in price. Like Home Depot typically always has them at $49.99 or $49.95, whatever it is. But Amazon has had them cheaper. So I have, I've usually got them on Amazon. TP-Links, I've purchased these last two at $29.99, and they're usually $39.99. So they're usually, on average, $10 cheaper than the Wemos. And to be honest, I've had both in my house for a while, and I don't really have, functionality-wise, I don't have, there's no difference between the two. So, you know, that being said, there is, I think, a little tactile difference. You know, tactile being touch, feel. I think the Wemos have a little bit more solid feel, but it's not like the TP-Links feel cheap per se. They don't, you know, they're not quite as quiet when you push them, and they're not quite as smooth, I guess. But that's, you know, you need to determine for yourself if that's worth the 10 bucks extra. So that's my little spiel on that. All right, so while I've been yapping, I popped the wires out. You got to be careful if you're not used to doing this that you don't reach around and pull them out, because you will shock yourself if you haven't turned the power out yet. Interesting to note, this pulled out the back of this switch when I pulled the switches out. Looks like a little 14 gauge wire, which often in some switches does not hold in the push-in area. So I think that's probably why. What we're going to do here first is I just want to find my live power. And I think to do that, yep, I just pulled the white and my lights went out. So I am going against the manufacturer's recommendation to turn power off, so just be aware of that. I recommend you turn power off. So we're going to test that. No. So it's either going to be this one. Well, it must be this one. Yep. So because this is just a bridge, I guess I'll turn this light off just to make sure that it's not here, but that wouldn't make any sense. Alright, so there it is. There's our live power right there. This over here, I'm going to get the light back on here. Right over here, that was in here, and so that's another circuit somewhere. So that's going to connect with live power, which makes these two here and here our fixture. One's our fan and one's our light fixture. So now I know which ones are which. I'll be able to proceed with the installation. We're going to pop this baby right off here. So I'm going to keep my items that need to go to power down below, and I'm going to keep my light fixtures and my fan fixture, my fan wire, pulled up to the tops, and that way I can kind of keep it straight a little bit. So that'll be pretty easy. I'm going to grab some insulated needle nose here to get this off here. Alright, there we go. Because that's a jumper, and even though this is my live wire, this is live right now as well. So just got to be a little careful. You know, just be smart. That's really what it boils down to. When you do have them pushed in the back, you've got to get a small screwdriver, really small flat blade, and you just poke it right in there. It pries a little catch away, and it allows this to move. So again, I'm going to bend that up to the right. That's my light fixture. And I'm going to bend, I'm going to take this one off. Okay, that's the fan power fixture. That one does not want to come off, so we're going to take the easy route. I got plenty of wire. We're going to insulate it again, okay, because I'm cutting through power. I'm going to snip that, so power's off of here now. We're going to come in here and strip it. Feels like 14, so I did a 14. Alright, and when I say that, that's gauge wire. You're typically going to have either 12 or 14 in your house, so these look like 14s just based on the size. Alright, we're going to get some wiring done here real quick. This is pretty easy. There are wire nuts that come with each one of these switches. There's 4. I also bring up some of my own. I bring up a small supply, a couple reds, a couple yellows, because you never know how many you're going to run into. We got to add 2 more wires to this white. So I'm definitely going to change that to a red. You know, that'll get us through that. So I'm going to keep this power wire bent well out of the way so I don't accidentally nick it or catch it with anything. We're going to get the second switch kind of ready here too. And I'm going to take the faceplates off, and it's really just a bit of a pry off. And I'll tell you, you have to pry hard enough with these. Again, unlike the Wemos, these come off a lot harder. So you just gotta, it feels like you're breaking them, to be honest. It feels like you go any further, you're gonna break them. Just a little warning, I've already almost lost one down a drain, which I have in a different video. And I may combine these two, we'll see. But these don't hold in there as well. You turn them upside down and they may come out. So just be aware of that. You may want to take them out right now. You know, just kind of slide them out. And that way you don't have the risk to lose them. And since I'm near a sink, I'm actually going to pull the drain on the sink closed, just in case I happen to knock those down there. I'm not having to take apart a drain elbow later to fish them back out. So I'm just going to pop these out for safety, and I just kind of covered up like a couple of areas they could fall and get lost. So, you know, just a little ounce of prevention, I guess, to save a headache. All right, these whites are going to jump in with these whites. Get these all together. That's an awful lot of wires in one wire nut, and I'm guessing there's an electrician out there that's probably going to yell at me for this, but if for some reason I don't hold all the wires, then I'll put a jumper in and we'll jumper over to these two instead of having to add it to this big bulk. Alright, I usually give a tug on some of the wires and you know, just kind of check them out, and that went well. Again, I just want to be a little careful where I'm laying wires. In fact, just for the moment, I'm gonna just throw a little wire nut on that one, just so I could do that. It's gonna lay right next to it, and it's going to make my life feel a little bit safer. So I'm going to wire up my grounds next. And the best that you can, try to keep your wires untangled as much as you can right now. it will make it a little bit easier to be able to tuck the wires back in the box if they're a little, you know, as untangled as possible. So just, that's my little hint there. And I fought that before, that's why I can give you that hint. I'm actually going to use their little orange connectors here. They're a little smaller than the white, than the yellow, I believe. They may be the same size. I may be wrong. Take a little look, but to me, the orange is definitely smaller. So, and when I've just got 2 wires, I usually prefer that a little bit. So again, the right side here is the light fixture. I'm going to get those all snugged up, and I just dropped one. And then over here to this light fixture, our video seemed to have timed out right there, so I just restarted it. Sorry about that. Hopefully I didn't miss much. Alright, we were getting our black wires together. These are our 3 dead black wires right now. But they're going to be tied into the power supply in just a second, which is right there. So again, I highly recommend that you turn your power off. You'll be a lot happier. And if any of my people have noticed, sure enough, I may have too many white wires in the under this red nut. So we'll try it one more because it pulled out. I say that because it pulled out. I'm going to try it one more time. And I'll get all that tucked back in there. And we'll do that again. Again, you can save yourself some grief. I turn the power off, especially if you're not comfortable doing it. So I'm sure I'll catch grief from people online about that, but oh well. Grieve away. Alright, I think we're in better situation now, so. I did the same thing. Too far in, and then the bottom wouldn't go in. That's just a product of the shape of the back side of the switch. It won't go in on that angle. Alright, let's try the faceplate here. Looks like I need to get them just a little closer together, so we'll do that real quick. And again, they really almost have to be touching to work on one of these faceplates. I'm going to screw that one down too tight. I think it tends to suck in a little bit, and then it looks too recessed in the faceplate. On the other hand, those don't look tight enough. There, I think that'll be a little bit better. And I will say that's one of the differences also that I've noticed of the TP-Links over the Wemos, is that the TP-Links seem to sit a little recessed in faceplates. They just don't quite fit in a face, you know, a standard faceplate as well as, say, a Wemo. And don't like the idea of leaving these loose and then letting the faceplate pull it out a little bit, but you almost have to do that to adjust it and let it come through the faceplate a little bit. So let's try that, see what we get for a result. There we go. That went in a little better. Tighten that just a little bit more, try to pull that through just a little. Alright, got one more to go, and then what we're going to do is do a little programming. Here we go. So, plastic protection on the front of these. Peel those off. I actually keep them on there after I get done screwing those, just in case I slip down and scratch. Yeah, just avoid a scratch that way. So no problem there. Just to point out, you got a little blue halo when the lights are off. It's just kind of a little nighttime thing that allows you to see that. And then when you turn it, I'll leave that one off, turn the fan on, you can see the blue halo goes away. Again, one of the differences between here and the Wemo is the Wemo has a window, effectively, and a pretty easily seen green power light that goes on when you turn it on. So, alright, we're going to go downstairs. I'll set the camera up to program there so you can kind of see the phone a little bit better on the programming steps, and we'll program both these. Alright, so here we are. We got those switches done, and we're going to move into the app, which this is the Casa app. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's K-A-S-A. And that's what TP-Link uses. I assume they produce it. You can see I've got 3 already hooked up. In fact, our main bathroom light was still on. So, alright, so we're going to get, let me just back that up a second. This is basically the home screen. There's nothing really that said hit this plus, but I want to add devices, so it kind of seemed to make sense. They obviously make several different items here, so we're going to, but it's a smart switch we're looking at. It says, before we start, have you already wired up your smart switch? Yes, I have. Check the Wi-Fi light, tap next when the Wi-Fi light blinks amber and green. And we were just up there, and yes, they are doing that, both of them. Odds are it's actually going to find 2 of them right now. So let's see what it does. Yep, it found 2 of them. So we're going to choose the top one. And it's going to try to find it. Found it. We're going to change the name, and we're going to call it Kids Bathroom. And I'm going to hope that's the light fixture. And I don't need to call it light. So we're going to be using this with like Amazon Alexa or whatever. And so when we do that, I would say, you know, turn kids' bathroom light off. So she already knows it's a light. I don't need to call it light. So I'm going to say next. Customize the icon. I'm good with that icon. It's already highlighted. It's got my network and password from the previous switches, which is cool. And basically it's done. All right. So we're going to send my helper up to tell me which thing goes on, whether it's the fan or the light, by hitting this switch. Interesting that it had just faded out.
Alright, that's it?
No, that's all right. So I wonder if, you know, we're getting close to the end of the Wi-Fi there. Oh, there it's back there again. Okay. All right, let's see if we can get a report of what went on. All right, Sean, what turned on?
It's the light.
Excellent. It's the light. I don't know if you just heard that. It sounded a little mechanical, but that was through our New Bright touch point intercom system that we've been installing as well. So great, we guessed right. That is the kids' bathroom light. So now when we add the next one, smart switch, yes, I have it. Next. Now we're going to call this kids' bathroom fan. And that'll be cool. And then I'm going to show you one extra thing. We're going to just kind of show you how we get our Amazon Echo to see these. All right, so we're deleting that. We're calling it kids bathroom fan. Next. Like the icon, we're good. That's the correct network. Boom, done, happy. And then it's going through, and it looks like it takes a second. It does, yeah. So that's the main bathroom fan, not the kids' bathroom fan. So I think it just takes 30 seconds or so to see. It just said cannot connect to that device. So it will be interesting to see if this pops back in just a second, like the light switch did. I haven't had this before, so it's a new one on me. But yep. In fact, I can hear it just went on.
Yep.
And we're in good shape. So that's how simple that is. It really is pretty simple. It's very intuitive. New Bright's got a good product, cheaper product than some of the competitors, but I don't really think they sacrificed anything. The user interface is just as good as I think the Wemo, the Belkin Wemo. But we'll do a review of both of these products a little later, and maybe we'll just link them into this video. But all right, let's move on. We're going to move on, and I'll just be, I guess, filming the Amazon Echo, but I just want you to hear the commands I give it and how it processes this. You can do it through here as well, and in fact, we'll do that real quick. I can go into the Alexa app. Every time I say her name, she keeps lighting up.
Sorry,
so
something went wrong.
See, I said her name and she heard it all the way across the house there. In home, you can go to smart home, and you can see that I've got 33 light devices connected. Actually, that's just lights in a specific group. I actually have 44 smart home devices connected, which is quite a few. But you can see all the different lights that we've installed in the house. And it's pretty amazing. But what you can do in here is where it says, you know, she's found 44 smart home devices, you can hit discover devices here, or you can actually give her the command by saying, you know, her name, discover devices, and she will do it. And it takes like 10-15 seconds. She says it can take up to 20, but it's never taken that long. So you know what? Let's just hit discover devices. And even though I did this on the app, I believe she comes back and tells us what she's found. So let's listen. Nope, she doesn't. I think that's new because I believe she used to do that. So that's one way to do it. You can see that it found 2 more. It used to have 44, now it's got 46. So it should have the kids bathroom fan, kids bathroom light right there. So they're right there. It tells me that they're TP-Link through Casa. It's awesome. So really like it. And it really helps us in many ways. And I will probably discuss that whenever we do a review or do a review of the Amazon Echo. All right, let's go over and do a verbal discovered devices and see what happens. Alexa, discovered devices.
Starting discovery. This can take up to 20 seconds. If you have Philips Hue, press the button on your bridge.
Now she'll probably tell me she found far less than 46, but then when you go to the app, there will be 46. She'll say like 32 or something like that.
Discovery is complete. I found 28 smart home devices. If your Philips bulbs were not discovered, please press the button on the bridge and rerun discovery.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why when you do it through the voice system, she discovers less, but she's not actually discovering less. If I go to the app right now, it's going to say 46. And it may be that certain devices, like maybe the devices that are run through the Wink Hub, maybe they don't register as individual devices. I don't really know why, but a little glitch in the Amazon Echo software, but no big deal. You know, everything's functional in the house, so that's great. All right, so that's it. That's our review, or not our review, but our how-to on installing a TP-Link Wi-Fi light switch that's compatible with our Amazon Echo. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later. All right, so that wraps up the install and unboxing. So if you liked what you saw, please hit like again. We'd really like you to like our videos, share them on social media, wherever you'd like, and also become a subscriber if you're thinking you're finding some videos here. We have lots to do. We have more connected home that we're going to get into. We're going to also get into home handyman, auto handyman, as well as future work in a model railroad section of our channel as well. So again, thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next time.